Okay, I'm going to go over how to build your robot, and it's going to be a couple of things that aren't that obvious. But one is you're going to need your robot here. You may have some batteries on here, that's fine. Just take those off, we won't need those. If there are wheels on your robot, there shouldn't be, but if there are, you'll need to take a Phillips head screw driver, take that screw off of there and pull your wheel off, and you'll be left with two servos like this. These servos were we used last year. They're not great. These are the VTech, pretty crappy servos. So we're going to change those out with the servos that you have now, and then use another servo for your ultrasonic sensor. So this is a guide to kind of go through all of that. There are some line following sensors on the front. You do not need to worry about those today. What we're going to do is take these servos out of here and replace them. So what we'll need to do is take these bolts, these 2 bolts or maybe 4, depending on your application or who had it last time. We're going to take those off and get these servos out of here. So what I need to do is get a little Phillips head here and take these screws out of here. Now there is a nut on the back here. If you can do it, you can hold it with your finger and take those out of there and just unscrew it off. You may have to do this and just kind of keep backing it out. That's fine. We're going to get this box out of the way. So pull that screw off of there. Get this out of the way for a minute. Take that screw off. Same thing here. I'm just going to hold my finger here. If your finger's not doing the job, you can grab a pair of pliers and hold on to that nut and then back this out. Now, right now I'm using a Phillips head 1. Sometimes a Phillips head 2 will work a little bit better. It's really up to you and what you find is working for you or easiest to grab for you. So that's that guy off of there. And then I just pull this completely out. Now do save this. We don't want to totally throw it away. Put them back in the box and we'll use them over again next semester. Same thing here, I'm going to back this one out. It's not much holding these on. And mine only have 2 on it. I would recommend going back with 2. You do not need to put all 4 screws in here. We're not bashing down a desert trail or something like that with this robot. So here are the 2 servos. I don't want these anymore. So put them in your box or return them to me. What we will be using is the ones I handed out to you already. We're going to use these for the locomotion or the motion for our robot. So the servo here, there's a metal spline on this. This is metal. These old ones had plastic. That's another way you can tell the difference. One is the parallax. This one is a VTech. So I want parallax, feedback 360, high speed with the metal spline. That spline, that whole section, is going to go towards the front of the robot, so towards the line sensors here. So get this out of the way, put this back in. It should fit in there pretty well. The problem you're going to have, these screws are fairly short, so you'll have a tough time, but you can replace them. We are also going to give you some longer screws as well if you want to use those. It's entirely up to you and what you're comfortable with. I'll do it with the longer ones just to make my life a little easier. So I put one on here. You may thread it, you may not have to. Don't tighten it down all the way. I'm going to take my nut here, grab it with my pliers, and just hold it and slightly turn this until it starts. I don't want to tighten this up all the way because I still need to get this other one on here. So I'm going to grab another one, and you can do either one of these. You can do one corner and the other, or right across from each other. I'm going to do kind of catty-cornered here. This one's a little bit harder. I would recommend not doing it this way. I would put this one down low or closer to the board, the plate, and this one up higher because it's harder to reach this one, but you know, this is a bit of a pro move here. So I'm going to put this in here, put my head in the way so I can barely see what's going on. And same thing again, just kind of start this, get this started. Not really doing a good job of that. There we go. It's got to be nice and straight on there. There we go, we got it. And then once you have both of them started, you can then tighten them up. So tighten this one up. That's one. And then this guy here, tighten that up. So it doesn't have to be crazy tight. Like you shouldn't be squishing this so you can see this like crushing or anything like that. Just enough to hold it in place. That's not going anywhere. While we're here, we'll go ahead and put on this wheel. So these wheels here have splines cut into them to go on here. I'm going to push this on, make sure it kind of lines up as best I can, and then push these on. Ooh, that one's not going on well. I'm backing this with my thumb because I don't want to mess this up. All right, not seeing that right now.